You know, Time Magazine sent me an email saying, please call us at your convenience. So I called them, expecting them to ask me about healthcare or immigration, which are two of the issues I talk about nationally. And to my surprise, they told me about this 40 under 40 list. I was really shocked. And then I wanted to know what kind of 40 under 40. Was it a good list or a bad list? So it was really surprising and really quite an honor. Well, one of the things I noticed when the list came out was that I'm not the only openly gay person on the list. Jared Polis, who's the first openly gay man ever elected to Congress from Colorado, was also on the list. So I was pretty excited to see that 2 out of the 40 were people who were out and who are proud of who they are as public officials and are happy to be proud and out in public life. So I think it's a good thing. And I think it helps young people in particular understand that your orientation is a part of who you are. It's never a barrier. And in fact, it can be a plus about who you are and what makes you unique in public life. I work every day on a variety of issues, and my opinion is that all the issues I work on are also issues that impact the LGBT community. So one of the things I've been doing in the last 2 years is working for health reform. And I think that health reform is really important for the gay community because we are less likely to have access to affordable care than our straight people. So getting access to comprehensive health reform for all people in the country is a huge, huge boon for gay people. So I tend to think that all issues are issues that affect gay people. But I also think it's important that we move forward on some issues in which the gay community is particularly left behind. So I'm a strong supporter of the work that's happening and being heralded actually by the Log Cabin Republicans to repeal Don't Ask, Don't Tell. I think that's a travesty and it's wrong for our state, it's wrong for our country, and it's wrong for the men and women who serve so bravely overseas. So that's one issue. I also think that we have a lot to do in terms of ensuring that states like mine, Arizona, can join many other states across the country by passing NDA bills to ensure that people who are gay, lesbian, bisexual, or transgendered can be hired and fired just like everyone else, not because they're gay. You know, Interestingly enough, in Arizona, that hasn't really been a barrier for me. The biggest barrier for me when I started serving in public office was the fact that I was young and a woman, less so that I was openly gay. I guess the roots of gender issues go back pretty far in our state. Arizona actually has a really good record of electing LGBT people. I'm moving over to the state Senate this year if the voters approve, and I'll be one of 4 members of the Arizona Senate who are out and gay. And that's out of a body of only 30 people. That's the highest percentage of any state in the country. So I'm really proud of our state for having a long history of supporting LGBT elected officials. Well, I don't have a partner, so I've never taken advantage of the partner benefits program, but there were nearly 1,000 people in Arizona who lost their domestic partnership benefits when the governor and the Republican legislature decided to revoke benefits for unmarried state employees. I feel like that was discriminatory, it was unfair, and didn't even save the state money. We sued, and I'm really happy to say that we won the first round of our lawsuit, and I feel confident we'll continue to win as time goes forward because it's wrong to take away health care from people just because they happen to be gay or in an unmarried relationship. Well, my hope is that the gay vote goes up. One of the problems we've had in Arizona is that it's been difficult for folks to put down their martinis and pick up their ballot. We make up 10% of the population in Arizona, but only 3% of the vote. And I think that presents a real challenge for our community, that we need to stand up and realize that we need allies and we need to stand up for ourselves as well if we want to see justice in our community from the local to the national level. So my hope is that our vote goes up. I don't really care what folks do when they get in the ballot box as long as they're voting. But the gay community needs to vote. We need to vote in much higher rates than we have in the past.